So, I have a question. Today we're here to talk about My Story Animated, right? But I want to know, what happened to Share My Story? They haven't uploaded in like a month, and I haven't heard from them for that long either. You know, their last upload kind of coincides with the upload date of my video on them. I'm not saying that I stopped them or anything. I'm just saying maybe y'all should say thank you. But that aside, they blacked out their Twitter recently and changed their bio to "Don't DM me, I'm going through it," and I'm really worried about them. Please share my story. Just reach out. We're here for you, man. Hi again, crabs, and welcome back to a 12-pack of Crayola crayons. One where half the crayons have been bitten in half by a nondescript toddler before putting them back in the box hoping no one would notice. You know, it's been almost a month to the day since I last looked at My Story Animated, and I distinctly remember their stories in particular for the image of gnashing teeth they projected into my head every time I watched them, including when I made that video on them. Every time I do that, I can feel the need for dentures slowly creeping up on me. And I also remember that there were a lot of comments on that video saying that the story we were looking at was remarkably similar to that of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Now, the story we were looking at was about how someone's mom was happy when they got sick, and as time went on, seemed to intentionally keep getting them sick so they could get attention for being the mother of a sick child and how hard it was. And the story of Gypsy Rose is eerily similar until you get to the end of it, where you find out that she ended up murdering her mother. Now, given I didn't manage to make it to the end of that My Story Animated video, it was a grueling task to get as far as I did. But I can't even go back to check if that's the ending of that video, because it appears that the video has been scrubbed from their channel entirely. I'm really not certain why it got taken down, but part of my brain is telling me that the similarity of that story to the Gypsy Rose story probably wasn't a coincidence, and it might have something to do with that video's disappearance. But when I go to the old link that I had from sending the video to my friend Snowy, shouts to him for editing that video while I was away, by the way, it confirms that the video is indeed private, so I'm not just missing it in search or tripping. You are! But other than that, I can only wonder why it's gone. Anyways, today I wanted to take another look at what My Story Animated is up to nowadays, since it has been a bit. And also because it's January, and I'm trying whatever I can to breathe a little life into this stripped oil field of a YouTube channel. So let's get into it. Ah, this one looks good. Title, I found him doing a pregnancy test. I can think of no ways in which I will come to regret this. But wait, make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on so that you never miss a video in the future. Otherwise, I'll choke your goddamn lights out. That was just kidding, guys. I'd never do that to you. I found him doing a pregnancy test. I want to pick the brains of the person who comes up with these titles. I need their know-how. I must assimilate it into my own psyche to apply to my own videos.
John and I have been together for 4 years. Our relationship has been
It does like a pan zoom into them like slurping on a sundae together, but then it's like the video realizes that it needs to zoom out again for the next shot, and then it just like stiltedly goes back to the beginning of the animation. I love it.
Our relationship has been perfect until we used a pregnancy test and found out that John was pregnant.
Bruh! What a tagline, man. That was 8 seconds in. They sure know how to grab you and then ruin it by putting me back in high school, making me want to run as far away as possible. Seriously, lockers, man? Do you know how uninviting that is to me? Ugh, I have the sudden urge to shove a lower classman into one of these things.
During the last year, John started to change. He no longer called me, and he avoided me at school as well.
It's like I'm watching an anime dub. The lips are like running as fast as they can to catch up to the words. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you. No, you're not. I'm too fast for you, bitch.
I had to figure out what has been going on with him.
Bruh, it just looks like the crying cat. Like just the way that her face is completely distorted from the last frame. Cat sniffle. Seriously though, with the hair that big, I really do wonder what the top of her head looks like. God, this is just pitiful to watch. Apparently also from this screenshot, her tongue is hanging from the roof of her mouth. And it's because of this, I'm really happy to say that you and me here at the Kwite YouTube channel have discovered a new species of human.
So I sent him a message saying, "Did I do something wrong?" And he replied, "Listen, I think that we should put an end to our relationship. If you really cared for me, you would have done the thing that would have made me happy."
Ah, not happy at all. The text for each person were on the wrong side of the phone. I will not let you get away with this, My Story Animated. You are lying to the people about which side of the phone the text that you send goes to. If she really sent that text, it would have gone from the right side, not the left side, bud.
I wasn't ready to break up with John yet. He treated me well and has always been kind to me.
Yeah, he also looks like Tony Stark, apparently. Dude, look at that goatee shape. That's like perfect Tony Stark grooming. He invented a machine to cut it as exactly as he wanted because human hands could not even begin to get the exact level of precision he wanted. Also, his eyes are like a really bright blue and have absolutely no white surrounding the pupil. So it's like he's got two big, massive arc reactors inside his skull. Can you imagine just seeing someone like that walking down the street? They just got like big hunks of metal sticking out their face. What's up, man? What you got going up in there? Oh, these things? They're nothing. They're just powering a magnet that stops shrapnel I took to the chest from a grenade from getting to my heart. Also, they're super fashionable. They're fashionable? Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I couldn't imagine my life without him.
Bruh, his facial hair shifted from one side to the other. Dude, what the hell is up with this dude's beard? Like, it makes him look like Tony Stark with the haircut and the beard and all that, but it was here and now it's over here. What the fuck is happening? Whatever, I need to get on with the contents of the story.
My period was late and I panicked. I called John and told him that I was pregnant. I couldn't find any other logical explanation for what was happening, but he only laughed and said that I was blowing the situation out of proportion and told me that he would buy me a pregnancy test and drop by. I agreed to a suggestion only on one condition. I told him he must bring 2 tests, not 1.
The dude walks into the store with a bag over his head and it's like, yes, I'd like to buy these pregnancy tests, please. And the girl thinks she's being robbed by a man who has a bag over his head, because what else would you wear a bag into a store for other than to rob somebody? She tells him, take the test, take whatever food you want, please just don't kill me. You can have all the money in the cash register, I just don't want to die.
When John arrived, I had absolutely no idea how to use a pregnancy test.
I mean, you can't even figure out how to line up your lips with the words. I feel like not being able to operate this bit kind of strikes you from being able to operate a pregnancy test. Do not operate heavy machinery while under the influence.
I grabbed one of the tests and handed it to John and said, okay, you first. He looked at me and smiled and said, hey, pretty face.
Pulled straight out of an Aniplex anime. This is my impression of the dude who is going to end up voicing this character in the English dub of the anime. Hey babe, you doing okay? Don't worry, I'll take the pregnancy test first. It'll be okay. I'll show you how to do it, babe. You just pee all over it. It came back positive. I am having a baby. It's going to come out of my penis.
It seems that you've got the wrong idea. You're the one that has to pee over it, not me. It sounded like complete madness to me. All I wanted to know was if there was a baby in my uterus or not. John noticed how hesitant I was, so he grabbed the pregnancy test and went to the bathroom. A few minutes later, he came out with a look of confusion all over his face.
And now his beard is the same shape, but is like 40 times smaller than it was. What's happening here? The shape-shifting beard. Now that's an Avengers-level threat. That's a Jake Gyllenhaal quote. How funny.
I took the chance when he wasn't looking and stole his test. And what I discovered left me speechless. My test came negative, while his turned out to be positive.
That is what we call in the business a bruh moment.
How could it be? How could John be pregnant?
I should have known he was hiding something. It's not actually some fat cake he's got going on in his badunkadunk. Those are actually 2 babies he taped to each of his butt cheeks.
John, trying to calm me down, told me that we could simply buy some more of those tests and try again. Oh God. But what other option did I have? John went to the pharmacy and returned with more of those test sticks, a big bottle of water, and 4 Coca-Cola cans.
He shows up to the store wearing the same bag, ready to rob the same lady. Please, just take it. Don't shoot me. Yeah, but like, how much does this cost? Just take all the money you want. Please, just don't hurt me. Okay, I gotta go pee on some pregnancy tests now.
We tried more than 20 test sticks. Every single one of mine came out negative, while every test stick that John used came out positive. Despite the situation being disgusting, I mean, it had to be, all that urine, ew.
Do you think this was actually just one big ploy by the dude? That way he could get his girl to pee on a bunch of stuff? He gets one good whiff of his girl's pee smell and his dick goes right up.
It was still funny. I looked at John and said, could it be that you are pregnant with my child? And we both broke into laughter. John even took a selfie with the dozens of positive pregnancy tests that he had.
Imagine posting that to your Insta. Yo, just peed on like 20 pregnancy tests and all of them came back positive. Let's get it, bro.
He then posted the photo to his Instagram account with the caption that said, it looks like I don't need a partner to be a dad. Yes, all these positive tests are mine.
Oh my God, he actually did it. I was kidding. This entire video was one big trick by the creator to show off their piss fetish. Incredible. I think I'm gonna go puke now.
On the next day at school, everyone gathered around us and asked, is it true that all those positive pregnancy tests were John's, or is it just a silly joke? But John answered with pride, yes, they are all mine.
Aha, yes. All of these positive pregnancy tests are mine. I, whatever the boyfriend's name is, am going to give birth to a beautiful, steaming fat shit. And now that we know that, I've only made it halfway through this video, but I can't take it anymore. I never can. So I'm stopping here. Anyways, that's all we have time for here today on the channel. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. If you guys enjoyed this video, there should be another Storytime animation video for you to click on right now. There's a lot of channels like this, and I've made a couple videos covering some of them. Anyways, you can follow me on Twitter at Kwite, on Instagram at Kwite.png, and on TikTok at Kwite TikTok, and I will see you guys next time.